afternoon, folks. This is Blue Collar Piper coming at you with a special little video. I'm spending the day paying homage to the Firegods. So what follows is are a bunch of pictures and slideshows of my firing process. My pseudo-primitive firing process. I've been at it probably since about, I want to say about 9:30 this morning, and it is currently almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm about halfway down through the burn. I'm currently smoking my Missouri Meerschaum Legend bent with a Danish bit added, and I'm smoking in it good old Sir Walter Riley. Very easy smoke. Anywho, what follows is basically a slideshow, and I'm gonna attempt a voiceover to let you know what's going on through the process. And yeah, so enjoy. Alright, right here, basically what I did was I took a big wad of paper and basically stacked up a little bit of scrap wood on top of it and began to build a fire using that and some lawn clippings, and yep, that's the air hole. Once you build that fire, you need to get that fire going pretty good and solid, because the coal is loaded right up to the top of the can. So if you look really closely in a couple of the following clips, you'll actually see the coals underneath the burning fire. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to convert some of that wood into hot coals so that it'll ignite the underlying coals. Yeah, you can see them right there. And right here you see where the fire's gotten burned down pretty good, and if you notice, the coals underneath are beginning to glow a nice red. I didn't have any wind, so, well, I had very little wind, so it took a lot of blowing on it to get it up to temperature. And that's kind of what I'm doing there, is I'm fanning it up to make sure that top layer of coals actually ignites and stays lit. Once that starts to light, then what happens is as the fire continues to burn, it creates an oxygen deficit where it's burning, so it draws oxygen through that air hole in the bottom, and that oxygen is what basically supplies the lower coals that are buried under everything, which allows it to burn. So what happens is it burns down, but only across the surface for the most part. Yeah, here it's really good and cooking along nicely. And yeah, you can see it doing its thing. And this is obviously takes a lot longer than it looks. I didn't use any accelerant or anything like that on it. And yeah, you're constantly having to put the wood in the center of the coffee can in the middle. The space between the coffee can and the 5-gallon steel bucket is actually a combination of basically soil from around here, which has a high clay content, and yep, and there's the kiln, and the top of that is actually refractive, and there's me, yay. And if you look, you can actually see heat down in the bowl. Now if you look at this picture in the very back there, there's actually a bowl you can see through the hole, and the clay itself is actually glowing almost a bright yellow, and at this point it's orange, and you can see the coals as they're working their way down. So basically heat pretty much congregates in the bottom, and then the fuel feeds from the top with any remaining bits of clay. Well, there you have it. You've seen it firsthand, and at this current point I expect another probably about another 3 to 4 hours of coal burning. Most of the clay pieces that are in the bottom in the kiln are that were intermixed in the coals are actually down in the bottom now, and all the coal is basically cooking down on top of it. I got a nice almost kind of like between yellow and orange brightness and color, and so later tonight we'll get to see what survived. Y'all have a good one.